Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are. I'm Gideon Butler-Smith, and welcome to Wisdom Wednesday, where we discuss a topic regarding the baking industry. Today, I want to talk about some metrics that will help us solve new wheat crop issues before they enter the bakery, or maybe even when they enter the bakery. Every year, a new wheat crop enters the bakery, and it must not go unnoticed. Adjustments will need to be made, but the challenge is understanding which adjustments to make and understanding the flour spec sheet before the flour hits the mixer. We understand that every flour is different, every dough is different, every bag of yeast is different, and so on. That's part of the fun and many headaches within the baking industry, regardless of size. It's our job to make consistent quality product. Teresa Cogswell wrote a nice little article on baking and snack back in 2012 that talks about this issue of new flour crop. But that was just about the only material I could find on the imminent transition, so I figured I should talk more about this. So with the truth already being stated that everything is different than the last, we must focus on understanding the information in front of us. Protein, water absorption, ash, MTI are all specs that are mission critical for bakers. Spring and winter wheats, depending on which season they were planted, have different levels or standards of these specs. We're getting a new crop in at my bakery in a couple of days, so I'll be talking about hard red winter wheat for pan breads and rolls. I want to focus even closer on water absorption and MTI. Water absorption is simply how much water the flour can absorb. I know, mind-blowing, but this is crucial to have a tolerance range for your process because of the adjustments you will need to make on mix time and bake time. The more water that you can add to keep the same quality, the better. Water is free and adds tonnage. Strong flour can hold more water, but you will have to mix it longer to reach development. Factors that affect water absorption capacity are 1. The flour moisture content. The lower the moisture content, the higher water absorption. Another one is starch. The higher the starch damage is, the greater water absorption capacity. Proteins. The higher protein content, the higher water absorption, along with pentazans. The higher the pentazans content, the higher the water absorption. Vital wheat gluten, when added to the formula, it will increase the water absorption, but also impart greater stability to the dough. Enzymatic activity is the last one I'll hit on, and sprouting or high amylase content decreases water absorption capacity. Hopefully that gives you a quick overview of what you can look for with water absorption on the flour spec sheet. MTI, or Mixing Tolerance Index, becomes important when you know how the farinograph functions. A farinograph uses a temperature-controlled mixing bowl, flour, and water dispensed from a burette, allowing the dough to reach a standard consistency of 500 BU, or Brabender units, which is the units of measure. This test measures the resistance to deformation of the dough, which actually gives us several useful metrics including stability, development time, and MTI. Stability can help us understand quality of the proteins, the chemical conformation of glutenins. Also, it can help us understand the presence or absence of bran. Stability time is correlated with flour strength. Flours with long stability times are generally more suited for hearth or variety bread production and often required longer mixing times. Development time, or peak time, is the point of least mobility or highest resistance. The proteins are at their strongest point at this point. The MTI is a measure in farinograph units, Brabender units, from peak development time to 5 minutes after peak to see how fast the gluten network breaks down. Hence the tolerance of how the flour can handle mixing. This is useful when applying new flour to your process, and especially for high speed lines. We have a vacuum divider and a dough chunker that is not very harsh on our dough, but I've also been in bakeries that utilize augers for their dough hoppers and dividers, which further process the dough and has the potential to break down your gluten network further. Therefore, boom, MTI is important to understand. Even if you have a very gentle process for your dough, understanding how your dough might react with longer mix times can allow you to make minor adjustments to the dough that will save your company hundreds, if not thousands, of dollars. An MTI value of 30 BU, the braid bender units, or less is rated very good to excellent for hard wheat flours. A flour with a MTI greater than 50 indicates less tolerance and often indicates more difficulties during mechanical handling and makeup of the dough. Strong flour has a lower MTI, high water absorption, and longer development time. So MTI and water absorption can help the mixer, supervisor, quality manager, and production planner all understand how to make the correct adjustments for new crop wheat flour in your bakery. If you ever need more knowledge on any topic, you can always go check out bakerpedia.com, which is the world's largest library of free bakery knowledge. And don't forget, you can also become a Baker Academy member today for free, which gets you a whole new level of access to content including papers, videos, seminars, and forums. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you.